Hey everyone, I have a great new template for you. It is called Search Term Insight Navigator. I call it a STEN. It is just a version 1. Better versions will come soon. But let's go over this template, what it is, how it could help you. And apart from that, we will go over how to create this template. So let's start with this SP overall analysis. What you see in this dashboard is just an overview of all of your search terms in one place. You have some filters here. You can filter with portfolio name, campaign name, clicks, spend, and sales. And let's start with first table. The first table just says that in your account for a sponsored product, based on everything that you see here, is derived from sponsored product search terms. So just keep that in mind. We getting some information from sponsored brand as well, that as you can see, we are uploading those information. I'll explain you what those are. So we have 4 portfolios here, 45 campaigns in this account for sponsored product. Unique targeting, we are targeting 251 unique terms, okay? That is, you might be targeting one keyword in different match types or for different products in different campaigns, but this is just counting unique targeting. And the number of unique search terms are 649. So you have this graph, just shows the same thing here in the graph. Down here, you have the unique search terms that we had, 649. Number of unique targets, 255 of 1. I'll explain you why, again, I'm repeating this here. Impressions, clicks, CTR, CPC, spend. This is an account level. But the reason I have this here is if you want to identify your wasted money, right? Let's say you want to say, I have a portfolio. So here, one thing that you have to understand about search term, we are looking in listing level. You might have, right now, you are looking at data from all of your campaigns related to all of the ASINs that you are advertising. But when we are doing search term analysis, that I'm not going to go deep into what we are looking in search term analysis and how we are looking at it. But when we are looking at search term analysis, we are analyzing one product and all the campaigns related to that, right? One listing, all the campaigns related to that. You can't combine different listings and start doing analysis. This is a mistake that I see some people doing. No, you have to make sure you are getting all the campaigns related to product that you want to analyze. From there, when you take those information, you can start analyzing the search terms derived from those campaigns. So that is why these two comes handy. Usually the best practice is that you create a portfolio. Let's say you have ankle brace, you have knee brace, and these are different listings. What we usually do is that we put all the campaign related to ankle brace in a portfolio called ankle brace. And if we have ankle brace let's say we have 4 different ankle braces. So we have different portfolio for every ankle brace. When I'm talking about ankle brace, I'm talking about in listing level. So every portfolio is ankle brace 1, for instance, or you can put the ASIN name or SKU, and you have all the campaigns related to that listing with all the variation. There are so many things goes into this, but I just want to make that my point is that we are creating portfolio for listing levels, okay? Or anything that works for you in that case. So ankle brace number 1, it's one listing. Ankle brace number 2, second listing, and not variance. I'm not talking about variance here. And we have knee brace, for instance, portfolio. So now I want to filter just to look at ankle brace number 1. If you have portfolio, you can easily, this is for actually not ankle brace, this is for different product. But let's say this is the portfolio related to the campaign. That's what I'm looking for. Everything here now is drilled down, narrowed down to that portfolio. Let's assume that, okay, you haven't done portfolio, fine. How you want to find and narrow down this? Always you have to have an identifier, okay, for related. So what we do, we put the ASIN in the campaign name. If you have an identifier related to that ASIN, easily you can just come here and say, either you can filter by condition. Usually this is what I do. I'm like clear. Let's say my campaign has certain, I'm not gonna reveal the product, that's why we're blurring this, but I'm putting certain identifier that is in the campaign name of that product. Now when I do this, I select all, and everything now is filtered to those campaigns related to product. The other way is that just what you do is that you select everything, right? Now we are seeing all the information. The other situation is you could go to filter by condition and say, just show me anything that contains or doesn't contain. Text contains, I would say with my identifier, it could be ASIN. So when you do this, now again, it is filtered to that. So this identifies easily those campaigns that you're looking for to analyze, right? Analyze. So now we are looking at one listing, and I want to see what is my spend on product terms that are not bringing any sales. This is in account level. We are just trying to get an idea of what is happening, how much we are wasting money. So I would say, let's filter to products that are having no sales, 0 sales. And also my number of clicks are greater than, this depends on your conversion rate. Let's say 8 in this case, for instance, greater than, I'm gonna go lower number because in this account, I think we have lower wasted money. So right now, it says you have 4 unique terms, 4 unique targets, this many impression, 42 clicks, this is CTR, this is cost per click, and $41 you are spending for them. These are the terms. These are the terms, not the targets. Keep that in mind. These are the terms that have more than 8 clicks and 0 sales. So you can easily identify that. Okay, let's go back to account level. And what I would do here is select all. Okay, great. I'm going to keep that to one product. You see here different match types from sponsored product and their performance. It's a great way for you to see what are your different match types are performing, and some graphs related to this. And finally, here in portfolio level, you can see all of your information. Okay, but keep that in mind. Since I have filtered with this means these campaigns that I have filtered are in different portfolios. But if I remove this and I go to just one portfolio, you will see that now we have one portfolio here, right? Because we are filtering there. So, okay, that is about that. Just giving you an overview, but the game starts from a stand search term. So this is really amazing that what you are able to see here. Okay, so the first step, we have the same filters for portfolio and campaign. We want to narrow down to one listing to analyze the search terms. Let's say I have the portfolio, and this is the portfolio related to that search term, that listing that I am looking for. Okay, actually in this one, let me go to this no portfolio, because in this case, I guess, yeah, in this case we have most of the, since there's one listing, most of the campaigns are in no portfolio. Okay, great. Let's start from here. I'm gonna start from this part. You have all the search terms, your performance for the search terms, impression, clicks, sales, CTR, CVR, your ACOS, what percentage of your sales and spend goes toward this term in this portfolio. It's not comparing to whole account. In this portfolio, how much getting toward that. If you remove this portfolio filter, you're going to see all the terms, and you can identify where most of your sales for what terms in account level goes, right? So sponsored product percentage, in this case, around 17.6% of sales coming from this term, the first term. We have impression rank and impression share. So 22 is the impression rank for this term. Impression share is 1.3. And a sponsored brand, right? This is reading those numbers from here because I have this impression share sponsored brand report. So 8% is impression rank for this key, for this term, for sponsor brand, 3.8% impression share. And finally, if you scroll, you see exact campaign. Where are these terms are targeted as exact, right? The search term, let's say ankle brace. Where are the campaigns in this portfolio that I'm targeting ankle brace as exact? This is not, we are not talking about search term now, as exact as a target. Where are we targeting in phrase? Where are we targeting in broad? And you might have, there are some, actually I'll get back to that. Broad and also in sponsor brand campaigns. What campaigns I am targeting? The reason I don't have a sponsor brand video and headline ad separated here is that in impression share, it doesn't show you, it doesn't tell you if it is a video ad or headline ad. I just have this here. In the future, I have more plans for this. In the future, I will refine that. But for now, that is just showing you that these are the campaigns. Okay. Now, let's get back here. What is this sponsor brand? So, sponsor product. We are saying that this term, we are targeting in exact in this portfolio, everything in this portfolio, twice in exact, right? If we go to the campaign name, as you can see, there are two names here because you are targeting in two campaigns. You are seeing two names for those campaigns. Where are you targeting this exact campaign? So anything more than one, I have made it purple so you guys can easily identify that, oh, why I'm targeting this twice. Is this my strategy? Is there any reason or no? But just by mistake, I have added once. So it gives you some visual view of understanding you are targeting more than once. In phrase, we are targeting this. In broad, we are targeting. In sponsor brand, we are targeting. Or here you can see that this second term, we are not targeting in phrase. And if you go to the phrase, you will see it says also in campaign level, not targeted. And in sponsor brand, we are targeting twice. It could be fine in sponsor brand. Now we are going to make this even more interesting. If you can see, we have a column here called analyze. So what we can do with analyze, let's click on the first term. I'm going to click here. What analyze does that, in the upper tables, it's going to give me every single information and KPI for this term. We have two tables here. The first table, it shows you, as you can see on the top, says targeting performance in a sponsored product, okay? It shows you what is the performance of this term as a target in different match types. So let's say this search term is ankle brace. What is the performance of ankle brace in this portfolio as exact, phrase, and broad? You can easily compare them. What percentage goes to each? What is the ACOS? What's the conversion rate? And down here, what is the performance of these terms when being triggered from different match types? Not necessarily the same keyword, right? Let's see, this term is lace up ankle brace, for instance. What is the performance of lace up ankle brace when it triggered from exact? When it is exact, it could be lace up ankle brace or it could be lace up ankle braces, right? What is the performance of that when triggered from exact targeting? What is the performance of lace up ankle brace when it triggered from phrase? As you can see here in phrase, seems like we are targeting it. You can see here we are targeting, but we haven't got any impression. Either it is new or our bid is low. You could do investigation there as well. And this is lace ankle brace when it is triggered from a broad target and this term is being triggered. What is our performance? So in this case, we see that our ankle brace, lace up ankle brace that we're talking, has a slightly better ACOS when triggered from exact keyword as a search term when it's triggering from different match types. And here in terms of targeting, from here we can see that the phrase targeting of ankle brace, when we are targeting the ankle brace in phrase, that term in phrase has the highest conversion rate with lowest conversion rate with highest ACOS. So there are different use cases from this. You can identify this and decide maybe you want to invest less on that, you want to get less spend or sales on that, or even in some situation you might decide, okay, I want to pause this because of the performance that I see. So let's look at one example here as well. This example, as you can see, we have exact phrase, but there is no broad targeting. As you can see, it means we are not targeting that term in broad. There are no information here. But interestingly, this term is being triggered from all match types. The keywords, we don't know what they are, but they are being triggered from all match types. And very interesting to see, for when they are being triggered from broad, that term triggered from broad for different keywords has the highest conversion rate here with the lowest ACoS, which this shows us that broad and sometimes phrase, actually they could be really impactful and really profitable when you are targeting. It's not a good idea. That's why we always say it's not a good idea just to focus on exact. All the match types, they get different placements, and this is a clear indication of what we are talking about, right? You are getting great sales with lowest ACoS and highest conversion rate here. So that is it. You can look at different campaigns portfolios, and just keep that in mind. The idea here is to narrow down, to set the group of campaigns that are related to your product. In this table, you can choose 2 keywords, right? When you choose 2 keywords, it's looking at that aggregated. I recommend you to look at 1 keyword at a time. Now let's go to the ASIN level. ASIN level is exactly the same. There are just some different slight differences. Please take a look. Make sure you watch this because those slight information are important. You see all the terms again, the KPIs for the ASINs that's being triggered for from your campaigns, the percentage of sales, the impression, and exactly what campaigns they are being triggered. So here, now we have here, am I targeting this ASIN in sponsored product or not? As you could see, they are being targeted. These next, we are not targeting these 3, and none of these ASINs are being targeting the sponsored brand, at least on the top, which is not a good thing. You could invest in sponsored brand video ASIN targeting. You can run headline ASIN targeting. So those are not being run here in this account at the moment. Same concept here, but the only thing you have to understand about analyze, so I click on analyze, it's going to give you what is same as search term. If you are targeting in this exact match type, what is the performance? And what is the performance when this is being triggered from other match types, this search term? As you can see here, at the moment, it is just being targeted directly from ASIN targeting, right? From the direct ASIN targeting. And second point, if I go to the next one, it's not going to give me any data because of the way it is defined. It can't get you the data if you are selecting 2. So just you can analyze 1 at a time. So next, let's look at next one. The next one, it says, as you can see, in a sponsored brand, a product I'm not targeting. And here, pretty clear, I'm not targeting this exactly as a target. But down here, I can see it was triggered from ASIN expanded target and what is my performance. Interesting, 1% ACoS, 200 conversion rate. That's pretty interesting. So apart in that's that. Now some technicality about these. You can easily, if you want, this is a combination of pivot tables and modified tables by me, right? Up here, this is a table, this is not pivot table. These are tables with functions. Please, as you can see, there are so many functions here. Don't remove them, it's not gonna work. Be careful what you are doing here. Right now, these tables are sorted by sales. This is a small pivot table tip. So if you click here on edit, you can see that there are filters. You can add filters here as well if you want. But if I go to the top right here, I'm saying that for this pivot table, sort them by orders. I'm going to actually do it by sales. Let's sort them by sales and descending. Okay. This is being filtered by that. You could do this filtration by anything. Sort this by anything. If you get to a point that you're like, you want to say, oh, master, I don't want to see, I just want to see the ones that have no sales. Here on earth idea. that you want to remove the ones that not just look at the ones that are not bringing any sales. You can add the orders to the filter and just look at, say, just show me anything with 0 sales, or bring the blank in case I don't know what that blank means there. But now you can start analyzing the keyword and the terms that are wasting money. They are not having any sales. You can easily just take a look at them, see how much you are spending there, what you have to do. So these are the stuff that you can do with this filter easily if you want to play with that. And with the also for sorting, you can use to sort with this. Or you might say, I want to sort by spend, I don't want to sort by sales. I usually sort by sales to see what's going on, but you could do that as well. So this is it. Now let's quickly get back to how to create this template. First of all, when you create this template, in case my idea is always save this and add a date for future use, right? Don't remove them. Add a date and reuse for in the future. If you want to get back, you have a storage, you have kind of all these results in one place for the future use. Or in this case, if you clean up and use the import the new data, if you click on clear input, you have to give permission. I haven't done this, so we give permission. I'm going to talk about this when we create a copy. Go to record macros, allow. So again, clear, everything will be clear. These two input sheets that I'm going to talk about will get cleared and all the data will be gone. So here, as you can see, there are no more data anymore. So how to create this? It's super simple. You have this link, click on the link, make a copy. Is it making a copy? Yes. So making a copy. First step, go to sponsor product impression share. It's empty. Very, very, very crucial. Start from here. I'm gonna color code this in orange so you know. You have to click here. Very important and crucial. Otherwise you might see some issues. Go to file, import, upload, and select your sponsor product search term report. Okay. Then you choose that. Click on replace data at selected cell. So it's gonna bring the data here. The reason I do this, because I have seen some people, this happens a lot. People come to me, oh, this is not working, there's something wrong, what is happening? The reason is that either you are in a different marketplace and these headers are different, or Amazon has changed the report and added a column. So that is why I decided to keep this fixed. So whenever you see something is not working, just come here and see, are these columns aligning with the top or not? Because this is how I am getting data, right? If you see there's something is not aligning, you have to adjust your report to make sure the columns are aligning. Your campaign names are in this column. Your portfolio name are in this column. So that is that. And this is a function that is as a result why that is, I have put that a yellow. Don't do anything when you import from here. For impression share, the same thing. Over in sponsor brand impression share, you just can click here on row number 2, file, import, and browse. Go to sponsor brand impression share, import. We are good. Now data is populated. As simple as this. I couldn't make this simpler. Yes, there are other things could be added. We could check this against a sponsored display ads. We could bring search query performance, but I wanted to start with something very simple that is really a big pain point for many people to understand. Am I targeting this term? How it is performing? Where I am targeting? I give you all those information. Or what is my performance per match type in different places? This is for that purpose. In the future, I might expand on this and make it better if I have time. Let me know what you think, and follow me on LinkedIn because I post about this stuff, and also share your comment, Share your thoughts. I love to hear on LinkedIn, in the YouTube video. I love to hear those comments. Thank you.